And we return to our top story, of course, looking to see if China might be willing to de-escalate both the rhetoric as well as the tariffs that the US and China have imposed on each other, both as a move and as a counter-move. May Wong joins us in Hong Kong. This reaction from China, can we see it as openness to negotiation with the US? Does that signal potential softening from these what they've been saying to each other, and therefore bringing down of these tariffs on the United States?
Indeed, just to pick up from where I left off earlier, China is open to negotiations. China has always maintained that they're keeping their doors open in order to have talks with the US, because China says that it's all about growth and development and not wanting to see a global recession that could be brought on by this escalating trade war. Now, going forward as well, China has also increasingly blamed the US for laying out these tariffs measures, calling them coercive, calling them a blackmail, and also the fact that this is an act of hegemony, according to Chinese authorities. Now, on the flip side of it, they have also said that, yes, now we're open to negotiations, but the US must come to China with equality, with respect, and also to bring about mutual benefit. And so China is willing to keep its ears open and willing to talk. And on the other side, you can hear the US President Donald Trump just about a week ago saying that he will plan to reduce tariffs on Chinese products substantially, in his words, and he said that he will be very nice to China, again, in his words. But he did not say how much he's going to reduce it by. He did not say when he's going to reduce it. But more importantly, he said it will not come down to zero, because the US has often said that he's doing this because he wants to bring about a trade imbalance. So all of these clearly is a sign of softening, because both leaders know that they cannot continue on with this trade war.
Well, May, that said, Beijing is not going to be reading this ending of the so-called de minimis loophole by the United States as a sign of being very nice on Mr. Trump's part. Sheen and Temu, as we mentioned earlier before we crossed to you, saying they are prepared. They have already raised prices in preparation. What else have they done ahead of the closing of this loophole that has allowed them to build their enormous businesses?
Indeed, this is taking a hit, particularly on these Chinese online retailers, because they are making a lot of sales because they're able to offer cheap products. But on one hand, you are seeing now that the consumers are either holding back on purchases, or the fact they are faced with a very hefty price for each and every product that they're buying. Temu, for example, has already said that they're going to sell locally, meaning to tap on the current products that are already stored in the local US warehouses and make use of that, so that the consumers making the purchases will not have to suffer any additional import duties. But as you and I know, the inventory is going to run out and the products are going to dry up. What's going to happen next? Here in Hong Kong, for example, the Hong Kong Postal Services has already stopped accepting any parcels with goods headed for the US about 4 days ago. Now, this is going to have a major impact, not just on individuals, but on the businesses. For example, those businesses trying to send product samples to their clients in the US. So we have to, again, observe what the full impact is going to be over the next couple of weeks and months.
I'll certainly be keeping an eye on that. Thanks for that. May Wong live from Hong Kong.